It's playtime with the Sleepy Boys.
Key to live. Hey, didn't I already free you?
You're in Nasty's world now, Spyro. And you are the dragon that must defeat him.
Bring him on. I'm ready.
Reach the exit in each of Nasty's lands. Then you can challenge the Nork himself.
If anything, new string, I mean, almost exclusively through her.
Oh, I've never heard
literally
that term.
The term literally comes from when Kyle Rayner became Green Lantern, and his girlfriend was murdered and just shoved into a refrigerator.
I did know about that.
So that he could be angry and really take being Green Lantern seriously.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty badass. I won't lie.
It's actually kind of like a major issue that
No,
kind
no,
of
I was kidding about that.
Oh no, I knew you were kidding. I didn't think you actually meant it.
Didn't that happen to Ralph Dibny's wife too?
Yep.
Where she, except her head exploded or some shit.
I mean,
She got
this
raped.
happened. Yeah, by Dr. Light.
Oh, who was it whose head exploded?
That's like every Suicide Squad comic.
I was gonna
No. So it was I think it was the Atom, like shrank down, went through the phone lines, and then blew somebody up.
You're not thinking Hawkman and Blackest Night, are you?
No. This was in what was it? Identity Crisis.
Oh, well, that's when the whole like, oh, she got raped thing happened, and it was like, so that was, all this stuff's happening, like Dr. Light's a rapist and stuff, and they were like, well, we can't kill him, so I guess we'll just take away his memories.
Jeff. So here's the thing. This is a new practice that Disney Television is enacting. So this doesn't necessarily reflect what's happening with the movies.
I think they should
Obviously
probably send
is
it
going
first.
to affect making sure that there is more diversity in the movies, because that definitely needs to happen.
You know,
But this
representation, love.
seems to be, so the direct quote is like this was from
I'd be shaking in my Nork boots if I were him.
Disney television chairwoman Dana Walden,
job,
revealing
Dana.
at an April discussion panel hosted by Chapman University. Disney had just turned down a potential television series despite the fact the script was well written, because the show's main characters would have been white, with the only minority representation coming from supporting characters.
Yeah.
So, which makes sense because most of Disney's television live action stuff is just all white.
Yeah, it's a
That's
bit
like all ABC television.
Man.
Right, and that's
Right.
also the other thing that they start going into this. Like, this is also something that they're doing with their ABC channel as well, going forward. So it's not just Disney; it's all
Good on them.
Disney television, which absolutely needs to happen.
Then did you guys see the thing I posted about the Olympics?
No,
Yeah, I saw that.
The International Olympics Committee has said they will not allow any protesting, including kneeling during anthems
I did see
or
that.
raising a fist. That seems pretty not okay to me.
I mean,
There's also a thing to get around it. It's there's an Olympic team for people that like don't want to represent their country.
right.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I forgot what's it called, but
It's called the
I
I feel
Flag
like there's gonna be a
Smasher.
lot of
I just think about the athletes, the African American athletes holding their fist up in protest.
yeah.
You know, way back when.
the
That's such an
1980s
iconic
or
Olympics moment.
1968 Olympics.
Yeah, and I mean, isn't that such an iconic image? You know,
Who's
now they're
hosting
like,
the Olympics
nope.
this year?
Tokyo.
Doing it for the summer.
Also, it's I mean, the Olympics has always tried to take a non-political stance. Like, always.
The Olympics is one of the more political things I feel like is out there, though.
Yeah, but I think that's purely from individuals who make political statements. I don't think, like, I honestly, I think the Olympics themselves are trying to be more ambiguous and just be like, look, this is like regions, like countries, like we're not trying to get political about things, but at the same time, I mean,
Like,
It's
I know the
literally a
movie article
competition
said
to
what happened
see-
if somebody did protest, but
my thing is, like, I don't know, you're asking these individuals, like, you're not even asking, you're having these individuals represent their country, and in all honesty, I feel like these individuals have the right to represent their country the way that they feel that they should. And so if you feel it's necessary to protest what your country is doing, well then I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Man, it's...
oh, so my thing is like, okay, is it
I think it's because...
Myanmar?
So here's the
if
thing.
you went to the Olympics for Myanmar and right now you wanted to protest the fact that there is a very violent coup going on, I think you should be allowed to.
Right. Well, yes, but at the same time, I think I see where they're coming from. I think it's just because you're like, because not all protests are good protests, you know. I mean,
Yes.
imagine if we had an Olympian going to the Olympics and then just started protesting, the 2020 election, and like if full on right wing started getting up and yelling about Hugo Chavez and so
That is a good point.
that's the other side of things. And so I oh gosh, I think I've come full circle with this. Actually, I think I'm on the side of the Olympics, because this way
I'm still not.
this way you don't have to vet everything, because it's not your responsibility as a sports organization for the world to make sure, because there have look what happens in let's use comics as an example. Every once in a while, some comic book creator ends up protesting something in one of their issues, and then the book gets recalled because it ends up being extremely anti-Semitic because they're on the wrong side of the protest.
Like Bat Dick?
What?
Like Bat Dick and how they gave him a circumcision?
No, more like
I was talking what's happened.
X-Men Gold.
It was X-Men Gold, and then it just happened in a recent issue of Immortal Hulk.
What happened with Immortal Hulk?
Somebody, there was a heist or something that was happening in a bank, and the artist.
Hulk's dealing with heists now?
No. It's one of the side villains who is actually looking for an ancient artifact that was being smuggled through the jewelers.
The bank?
So anyways, the window that was to say jewelry store, they intentionally misspelled it to say jewelry store.
How do we know that was intentional and not just an idiot?
No,
Here's the
it
thing.
was
No,
it
here's
was
the-
intention.
Here's my question though,
It was
Brandon.
intentional, yes.
There is a line artist for each page. There is a inker for each page.
Uh-huh.
There is a colorist for each page.
Sure.
Then there is an editor for each page. So
Yeah, I
you're
was gonna
telling me
say,
that
Mark,
went
I think
through.
the editor's the ones that's the most responsible.
That went through
You're
4.
gonna tell me that so at that point nothing should ever get through. How on earth do we have there's no reason why Captain America should ever be wearing an all red costume
And he never has.
for one panel.
Look.
Not
All
a
I'm
single
saying.
time.
All I'm saying is
You're telling me that things don't get through?
That's
I'm
not
not
what I'm
saying
saying at all.
It
I-
sounds like you're trying to imply that it's it must have
like
been a
with-
harmless mistake because no one else called it out.
That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is I don't think it was just one person that made that decision to do that.
But except that's how it usually goes, and then it just slips through the cracks and no one notices it because they're coloring and they're in the thick of it. They have so many fucking pages and stuff they have to put out.
Okay.
You're saying we need more interns in the comic world.
We need more unpaid people in the comic book world. I get it.
No.
That's what it feels like you're saying.
That's,
I'm
But
not-
with the mainstream comic book industry,
Mark, it sounds like you're taking
it's
the
usually
side.
just
You're
not-
taking the side of the anti-Semitic artist.
Yep, you caught me.
That's a bold stance.
so anyway,
Wait.
J Squared.
We really doing this right now? Is
So
that
J
is?
Squared.
Yeah, go ahead, JJ. Jaguar, that's you. Did we lose him?
Maybe.
Just talking.
Maybe he
You
was
got-
upset by your
It
stance.
was the first time.
Huh.
All right, Jet quit.
Jet has left us. If he
Oh,
comes back,
man.
we'll ask him what he said.
Sorry.
There he is.
He said, "Hey, my internet's fucking up."
Uh,
That explains it. Well, it looks like Jet's dead. The storm must have gotten to him.
so sad. He was.
He was the youngest person to appear on our show ever, at the ripe old age of 37.
I'm not even 37 yet.
By the time this comes out, we'll all be past that. Jaguar, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Yeah,
You're
I'm sorry.
back.
Hey!
No, you're good. You started to say something. What was it?
I was just saying how especially with mainstream comics, it isn't usually just one guy. It's a whole ass team to get something even a small page just to be in a comic book.
See, that's what I was saying. But I see where Brandon's coming from with what he's saying. I feel like
Yeah,
I
there
feel
are
like-
mistakes.
yeah, I was.
Well, I mean, no surprises there. Love you, Mark.
It's fine. I actually was the only one of my family's kids that were planned, which is really fucking sad.
So then you
I
lied.
mean, I feel like I had to be a mistake. No one wants a mess.
So yeah, no, I
don't
was.
think anybody intention. I think if people knew what their kids were gonna look like, maybe they wouldn't have them.
I don't know. Young me looked okay. It's just old me. That's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
with
yeah,
bad
yeah. No,
graphics.
but what if you're like, you find out on the day, like you're looking at the ultrasound, and like right next to that, they flash for, they had the technology, and they're like, all right, so based off of the genetic makeup, this is what your child's gonna look like by the time they hit 30. And at that,
Brandon, are you pitching
given
mommy? What
carte-
will I look like?
yeah, and then at that point, you're able to have carte blanche, no judgment at all. If you're just like abort, just right there.
Ma'am, you're
man,
holding
I
your
mean-
baby right now in your arms.
Yeah,
Yep,
I know.
abort
I
it.
changed my mind. You know what? If you could put it back in and let it cook for a little bit longer, maybe it'll turn out better.
Put
You're
it
holding
back
your baby in
in.
your arms. Is there
What the
any
f-
way I could not be in Kathmandu? You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, oh well, you could put it up for adoption. No, I would. I don't want anybody to have to live with my
No,
mistake.
no human
Did we
being
all just
deserves this
describe
punishment.
ourselves as Thanos?
But on an individual level.
Oh, I forgot that's what fucking happens to that piece of shit.
Wait, what what
As
happened?
a baby, Thanos' mom was like, well, he's gonna be evil. Kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
And then she failed because she sucks at everything.
Well, it's
Punisher couldn't even get the job done.
Well,
well. I mean, Punisher's been trying to
They
kill
go
Spider-Man
through,
for years.
and the
No,
Punisher,
he-
well, I mean, hey, in the Ultimate World, he kind of did. It was the gunshot that eventually led to his death.
Goblin
That's a-
killed him.
But he was weakened from getting shot by the Punisher before the Goblin fight. If he
But
wasn't,
that doesn't mean that the Punisher killed him.
I think that we
that's
should.
probably
I think we
reasons
need to
of this
discuss a very real possibility, and that is that we change the Green
Spider-Man's
Goblin's. No, that we change the Green Goblin's name to the Green Gobbler.
I think we all need to admit that Hobgoblin was always way better.
I want to
Which
put
one?
this one out. I want to put this one out that the Demo Goblin was the best one.
Jeff, which Hobgoblin's the best?
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's a tricky question because the original was dope, but is it Philuric's son or nephew that
Yeah.
becomes a goblin, the Hobgoblin
Ben-
as well? And he's
Beneric.
got that bomb, yeah, Beneric, and he's got the bomb-ass sword, and he's got the scream, the sonic scream.
Yeah.
He was a pretty good goblin. I mean,
I-
don't
Yeah,
get me wrong,
but-
he was a much better goblin after he stopped trying to be good, but
Right.
which is a bit awkward. But
I really want to get to the
being a
point.
goblin?
No, I really want to get to the point in the MCU where we get Ned Leeds as the Goblin.
You cut out there.
I really want us to get to the point in the MCU where there's just an entire movie about Marissa Tomei and
Fuck you.
I want
just
to.
like
No,
better.
I'm serious though. I would love to see Ned Leeds go from this sweet guy that everyone fucking loves to the Hobgoblin.
Well, it would make for a really good tragic story.
It would. And I would like to think that
'cause
it's
look at how many people that Peter was friends with. I mean, essentially, they could turn Ned into the new version of Harry.
yeah.
True.
Because him and Harry
Well-
are friends. Like, they don't... Harry doesn't exist in the MCU.
Which is
No,
weird.
he does not. And I think in the comics he's becoming the Goblin again, isn't he?
I have not picked up a comic book in a year.
I haven't
I
either.
have not read a
Yeah,
Spider-Man one in quite some time. My
I
current favorites
I
are
have
pretty
been
much all
taking
indies.
a long, much-needed hiatus from comics.
Oh, I finally finished my last trade of Invincible. What am I gonna do? I gotta get more.
Did you finish the whole series?
Oh my god, I love it so much. I'm so excited.
Bro, I'm
2
on
more
issue
seasons
like
already
52.
And what?
I'm on issue 52.
How
Oh,
many issues are there?
I
Yeah.
read... Hang on 1 second, I'll tell you where I'm at.
I just
There's
love J. Jonah Jameson as fucking dad.
Hold on, I gotta like show you guys a video, but like,
Is it gonna be insulting? Do they say swear words or slurs?
no, hold up.
Because if they say slurs about white people, like I'm all about it, but